Hi Taurus, welcome to your biweekly readings. As always, keep in mind that this is just a general reading, so always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences at this time. And if you would like a private reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. And also, I want to tell you that for this biweekly, I'll be doing a special love relationship dynamic focus, as I believe that all this fever with Valentine's Day is a great opportunity, not for the mainstream type of ideal, but it's a good opportunity to really think about and clarify, because there's so many collective consciousness paying attention to love and relationship at this time, that it's a good time to reflect and think about our own selves, needs, desires, and feelings that are trying to be manifested or experiencing at this time in a much deeper conscious way. So in my approach, I really put you as an individual in the center of everything that is happening. So more than telling you if this relationship is going to last forever, if he or she is your perfect other half, I I'm much more interested in exploring your own inner world that might be projecting and attracting certain type of relationships, and what that as an individual has to offer you in terms of growth and expansion of your awareness to yourself, to others, and life. So, having that said, Taurus, it seems that you are attracting a dynamic in relationships at this time, that it's about breaking from old patterns. And when we are talking about breaking and changing and releasing from old patterns, when we are talking about this in relationships, many times it's about breaking ties with unhealthy relationships, breaking ties with unhealthy old patterns of relating, with having a difficulty, for example, which is kind of showing up in your spread, having this difficulty in moving on from something that hurt you, that caused you a sense of uh, sorrow, grief, that is consuming you negatively in a negative way. Not I don't want to tell you that it's negative because you feel sorrow, not like that, but you are letting yourself be consumed by the feeling, instead of trying to understand what that feeling is trying to show you and teach you, which is about your need to release and to allow forgiveness to happen in whichever happened before, so you can experience relationships at this time. Either you have or you don't have a partner at this time, so you can experience these relationships in a real level of commitment. Not, again, when I talk about commitment, not the real traditional type of commitment. That's not what I'm talking about. Commitment to what you feel in such a way that you are not afraid to express it, you are not afraid to live it, you are not afraid to give it. Even though you are in this cycle of understanding of the changes within you that are in need of expression in terms of affections, especially from past relationships, you are also in a time of understanding your wounds. Yes, you are also in a time of understanding what's in you that brings you this sadness and this sense of nostalgia or feeling of incompletion here at works. Because as much as you as more I'm sorry as you dive into this understanding, but not letting yourself be consumed by it, letting yourself be merged in the process of understanding, having this awakening, this aha moment about what all of this meant to you, and being honest if something in your relationships are not right or not healthy, or where you might be participating on an unhealthy pattern, that keeps you always feeling more depleted or sad or not having your needs met? Do you truly understand your intimate, deepest needs and desires? Do you understand how to feel them yourself so we don't overly project continuously into the people around us? All of these are very important questions for you to make in this 2 weeks. Because at the same time that you are breaking free from old things, you are initiating a new path. You are, whatever type of relationship you are in right now, whatever relationship you might attract in the near future, is one that has a quality of student teacher. So it has a quality of a lot of expansion, knowledge, and wisdom. So when you allow yourself to break free from this cycle of more challenge and difficulty, you will initiate a new one, either together with someone else or just by your own, by becoming this wise figure, this wise soul that understands, that comes so far and understands finally what love and relationships really are about for your own individual case, but in an honest way, without having a fear to confront your own deep, darkest desires, without having a fear to look at those places of shadow, look at those places that where you might have been wrong, where you might have been or done something or said something that actively helped you to feel, to have this feeling of sorrow right now, or loss, or lack, or just regret, or tension, or disappointment. Because in the foundation of everything that is happening, you do have the Five of Cups. As you can see in this card, she's very angry and frustrated because this couple crossed her, this two-man couple crossed her. They are in love, and she feels betrayed. She feels rejected. She feels denied. She feels all of those angry feelings that we get when something in a relationship doesn't work out. It's really the metaphor here. So I believe that either you are in a relationship, in a committed relationship, either you are interested in someone, either you are alone and single, there's something inside of you that is frustrated and that it's not completely happy with the situation of the relationship at hand right now. And this is bringing an energy of a volcano about to erupt, because you do have eruption or tower in this deck. It's eruption, but it's the traditional tower. This is a metaphor, this picture, about the moment of the orgasm itself, the moment of hot fusion that it overtakes you, and it feels like everything bursts out of your control. So what began as something that consumed you little by little, it's about to achieve big proportions. If you are aware of what I'm saying, if you do identify with what I'm saying, it's about you understanding, or you having an awakening about where are your resentments or these old situations building up in your energy, creating attention that is going to explode and go into proportions that maybe it's not what you really want, or not what you really are after. So this card as well talks about changes, and your deck, your reading, I'm sorry, talks about a lot of changes. But it began with this feeling of frustration, being angry, feeling betrayed, feeling crossed over, feeling insatisfied, feeling rejected, feeling abandoned, and this could only be patterns in your mind. This doesn't have to be something that actually happened, but many times it is. It's our own unconscious way to attract situations for us to wake up. And what you are receiving right now at this time is a big wake up type of call to see relationships at a completely new level. Sometimes this can only mean that you are awakening, you are being shaken up in some sense, either by an outside circumstance or energy, or just you by your own realization of yourself and what you're feeling and what you're experiencing and the tension and all of that. You are having this shake up that it's working great. It's working um, as a as a release of energy that was toxic to you and that was consuming you. And so there's a change either way. You can see it as positive, you can see it as negative, but it's something that it's going to set you free, break free from past situations. So past lovers, past wounds, past situations, past unresolved situations, things that you still need to say, things that you still need to do for relationships or for this understanding of yourself, you will break free from the cycle. Because either you will attract such a big event or such a big change that you will be pushed to actualize it, or because someone or a partner will experience a certain behavior that will create tension within your own relationship, that will make you understand where it is that this relationship is in need of change and upgrade to a next level and a next understanding of the relationship itself. This sometimes as well can mean that what I feel the most is the past is ready to be released and ready to be projected outside in a very strong way. So something is definitely wanting to be expelled. But as well, sometimes this can mean that suddenly or something from the past can come back, an old feeling of rejection, an old betrayal, an old sorrow, an old regret from a past lover or a past situation can come back to bring you this shake up. And this past situation, it's connected with the Six of Cups, which is this past, pure, innocent, childlike love. So as well, it's awakening you to your need as well to align yourself with a much more lighter way to feel love, to trust in love, to bring love to your life in whichever way and form. So it's telling you to go within your own inner child. It's telling you that there's purity, innocence, and joy to be expressed in love for you, but you are seeing it as a challenge because maybe you see the past only as difficult or challenging, or there's a lot of hurts and wounds, or maybe you don't trust your own inner child, or maybe you don't want to trust it because there's many things that happen that put you in that place of set of mind, and it's okay. It's not about pushing, it's not about forcing. It's just about starting slowly to question the nature of things within your own self. So you can, if you do feel sorrow, if you do feel restless, if you do feel that you are about to explode, if you do feel that your temper or your partner or the relationship itself is in a phase of much more conflict, take a stand, take a little bit of a step back, breathe, and think about, if you are in a relationship, what brought you back together, what brought you together in the first place, and if that feeling is still there or not. If this is a past relationship, this is something that it's not totally new, because in the recent past you do have the Maven of Cups. It's someone that already approached you or that is in the process to approach you very soon. But as well is this feeling gained in the recent past, thinking a lot about love, thinking a lot about your feelings, putting a lot of focus and attention to the cup that you have in your hand, or the cup that you are being offered, this offer of love, this offer of innocent love that you're being offered, or having much more a tendency to be nostalgic and think about past lovers and think about past experiences, which actually it's great because again, from that work of going back and trying to understand your patterns in relationships, you can erupt in something great. Actually, this tower and this eruption is about that, again, that feeling of orgasm, the feeling of complete release when we lose control of everything and we feel actually great. It brings us this amazing sensation. So maybe it is as well about you learning to quit control, about things you cannot control, things you cannot change, things you cannot prevent, and letting yourself being shaken up to the core, allowing it and seeing how many good results that can bring you, because crowning you do have the initiator or the Hierophant, which is your card. So they see that this couple is kind of in a ritual with an elder figure. For me, symbolic, this means that you and your partner, or you and your awareness of partnerships and relationships, are going through an upgrade, are going through a huge process of wisdom, knowledge, understanding, maturity, getting yourself together, getting yourself to a point of stability that you might right now not feel. Also, it means that you are initiating a new path in relationships, and for that to happen, for you to initiate a path in relationships that is much more fulfilling and stable as you would like, you need to still deal with this turmoil that's underneath your own sense of what you are looking for, that is still attached to past issues. So you are in a process of a kind of a ritual, a kind of an awakening of what really love can mean to you from what you used to have and what you are ready to have. And for that, in your future, you have the Maiden of Pentacles. You will need to spend some time with your sorrows, with your wounds, with your difficulties, with your shadow. And you will need to nurture it. You will need to study it. You will need to understand it in a very earthy way, which is good because you're an earth sign. And the Maiden of Pentacles here is really about just being with nature in those times where you might feel sad or alone, or you might feel overwhelmed by what you're feeling. Go out there, go to the woods, go to the park, go to the beach, go into contact with nature, because Taurus and nature bring and rise up your intuition and your thoughts. Nurture yourself by allowing yourself not only to feel what you have to feel, to let go if you need to let go, and accept the place you are right now. Maybe you are not yet where you want to be in terms of love and relationships, but it's okay. It's about being okay with that, being okay with your journey, understanding the beauty of your journey, even if it means having to go back there and face certain things that you don't really want to. But in order to go to new shores, you first need to understand where you are. So it's a time of integrity, honesty, really looking with deep honesty at yourself and your issues to deal with in relationships. And if you are in a relationship, or if you are with someone, being mindful of the differences, being mindful of where projections might be happening in situations from the past might be impacting the relationship itself, and breathing, going out there in nature like I told you, and breathing so you can let go of this old baggage. It's about letting go of old baggage these 2 weeks to come. So Taurus, thank you so much for listening, liking, subscribing. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope I made you think about something from a different light. And yeah, hopefully we'll see each other soon.